So last month I done a little sequence where I said I was excited about two new releases coming out in November. Let's just say I'm happy one of them didn't disappoint. What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Filmy Thoughts. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, so as mentioned in the intro, two films I spoke about last week on via social media that I was excited to see. One of them being 21 Bridges, which is the film I'm going to talk about now, and the other one was Blue Story. Blue Story didn't disappoint. 21 Bridges disappointed me. I'm guessing it's because it's from the producers of Avengers, so I was expecting a lot more to happen, and it just never ever came. Never ever came. So I was very disappointed in this film. There was a mistake at the very beginning as well that kind of made me think, right, how did you lot miss that? If me and my missus picked up on that straight away, I'm sure when you lot watched this film back, you would have seen that. Or even while it was in production, you would have seen that. And that was is this massive car crash, but in a few scenes later, the car's fine. There's nothing wrong with the car. And it's a head-on collision at like 30 miles an hour, so the car would be battered. And it should be battered, but it wasn't. So from then I thought, right, you lot haven't been paying attention to the details. Not great. Brief synopsis of this film. I could round it up in one word and say the film is about corruption. That's literally it. But I'll give you a bit more detail. So basically, it's a robbery gone wrong. Two guys are told about a haul of some coke. They go and take it, but they realize that what they was promised, which was 10 kilograms, is actually something more like 300 kilograms. And they quickly realize it's kind of a setup, and they try and fight their way out. And on their way out, they end up killing 8 police officers. So the best way they feel to try and catch them is to close the 21 bridges that connect to Manhattan. That's why it's called 21 Bridges, and that's basically it in a nutshell. For me, I'm giving it 2.5/3 out of 5. No more than that. It was a mediocre film. I expected a lot more. My missus really enjoyed it. She's more into law. She works in law, so these kind of things she's into, she'd give it a 4 out of 5. So if you're into law and those kind of things, then great, go and watch it. If you expect a lot more, um, more action, a bit more comedy, a couple explosions here or there, then it's not for you. But there are quite a few gunfights in this film. There's something that she picked up on that I didn't, and I feel like she's stretching with it, but at the same time I understand where she's coming from. She being the missus, by the way, was the fact that the film highlights the indiscriminate shooting from police officers towards black males within this film. And obviously we all know that is a huge topic and issue in America. And she felt like that was quite prominent within this film. Again, I feel like she's stretching because obviously the guy that the police officers are shooting at indiscriminately and without asking any questions is the person that just killed 8 of their colleagues. So they want vengeance. That's why I think she's stretching. But I get where she's coming from. For me, it highlighted the corruption within the police force in America, and the fact that whenever a police force is being corrupt, it is down to the lack of help and finances they have outside of the NYPD. So when they retire or when they leave the force, they struggle, and that's why they're corrupt, because they want to, help make ends meet. So yeah, depends how you're looking at it. I'm guessing she got her point of view from that film, or what she felt screamed at her in that film based on her line of work. And I just got my point of view from that film based on the fact that I watch a lot of films, and this is not the first film where this topic has come up. So it must be an issue. That's how I've seen it. But yeah, as I said, two and a half for me out of 5. 4 from the missus out of 5. So if you watch it, let me know what you think of this film. Draw your own conclusions. Regardless, whether you're watching this video in the morning, the night, the evening, the afternoon, or the daytime, I hope you're having a blessed time and blessed day. Okay? All the best.